Could a civilization so advanced have existed thousands of years ago and then disappeared, leaving almost nothing behind? Imagine diving off the coast of a Greek island and discovering a rusty bronze machine that looks like something from the modern era. Maps of the ancient world, crumbling ruins, shards of pottery, and this one strange artifact hint at a society far ahead of its time. How could a small island have produced a device capable of predicting eclipses, tracking planetary movements, and calculating calendars, mechanics so precise it rivals machines built in the 18th century? By the end of this video, you'll uncover secrets history never revealed and question everything you thought you knew about ancient technology. Hi, I'm Haris, and you're watching Haris Reveals, the place where lost civilizations, ancient secrets, and unsolved mysteries come to life. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating puzzles of the ancient world, the Antikythera Mechanism. Found hidden in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, this tiny device has baffled scientists for over a century. Its gears and dials reveal knowledge of astronomy and mathematics that seems impossible for its time. How was it built? Who designed it? And what happened to the minds capable of creating such an extraordinary machine? The story begins in the waters off the coast of the small Greek island of Antikythera, where around 1900 sponge divers stumbled upon a shipwreck dating back to the 1st century BCE. This ship, now known as the Antikythera shipwreck, carried treasures of the Hellenistic world, bronze statues, pottery, jewelry, and something far more mysterious, a corroded bronze device that would puzzle scientists for over a century. To understand it, we need to step back into the Hellenistic era, a time when Greek culture and knowledge spread across the Mediterranean after the conquests of Alexander the Great. Cities thrived, trade routes expanded, and science, mathematics, and engineering flourished. Great minds like Archimedes, Hipparchus, and Posidonius were redefining what humans understood about the world, from the motion of the stars to the principles of mechanics. Temples were built not just for worship, but as centers of learning, where scholars studied astronomy, mathematics, and engineering. Legends tell of brilliant inventors who combined science and art, creating devices that seemed almost magical to the common people. The Greeks valued knowledge and precision, often seeking to map the heavens, predict celestial events, and understand the passage of time in ways far beyond everyday life. Rulers, scholars, and traders all played a role in this exchange of knowledge, shaping a society where intellectual achievement was celebrated and passed down through generations. It was within this vibrant, inquisitive world that the Antikythera mechanism was created. A small, intricate device, its purpose was far from ordinary. It could model the motions of the sun, moon, and planets, and even predict eclipses. But how did such a complex machine exist so early in history? Who had the skill to build it and design it? And why does no other example survive from that time? The shipwreck itself raises more questions than answers. Was it carrying this device for trade, for a wealthy patron, or for some secret purpose? How did it sink, and what other treasures, knowledge, or inventions might have been lost to the sea? These questions set the stage for one of history's most intriguing technological mysteries, inviting us to explore the mind of a civilization that was far ahead of its time. Despite being recovered over a century ago, the Antikythera mechanism continues to baffle historians, archaeologists, and engineers alike. At first glance, it appears as a simple bronze fragment, corroded and encrusted from centuries underwater. But careful examination revealed a network of interlocking gears, at least 30 of them, each cut with precision that should have been impossible for its era. How could a civilization more than 2,000 years ago design something so mechanically advanced when nothing else like it is known to exist from that time?
Even more puzzling is its purpose. The device could calculate the cycles of the moon, predict eclipses, and track the positions of the 5 planets known to the Greeks. It could model complex celestial movements centuries in advance. Some of the inscriptions, written in tiny Greek letters on its inner surfaces, describe astronomical events and calendar systems in astonishing detail. Historians are still baffled. How did someone combine mathematics, astronomy, and engineering into a single compact device? The shipwreck that carried it adds another layer of mystery. Alongside the mechanism were statues, coins, and pottery, but nothing else remotely similar in complexity. Was this a unique prototype, a commissioned masterpiece, or a glimpse into a lost tradition of technological innovation that vanished without a trace? Some researchers suggest it may have been part of a teaching tool used to train astronomers or navigators. Others propose it was intended for a wealthy patron, someone who wanted to own a miniature model of the cosmos. Attempts to replicate it in modern times have shown just how sophisticated it was. Even with today's knowledge, building a functioning replica required an incredible understanding of gears, ratios, and planetary motion. Yet in the ancient world, there is no record of any similar invention. There are no workshops, no blueprints, no manuals, just this single extraordinary artifact. And then there's the question of survival. How could the knowledge to create the mechanism disappear so completely? Did its creators die in wars, or was their knowledge deliberately suppressed? Could natural disasters, societal collapse, or the fragility of early scientific networks have erased an entire branch of technological expertise? Every time a new analysis is done, new questions emerge. Why does it track the moon and planets with such precision, but not the stars? Why are some gears inexplicably missing or worn? The Antikythera mechanism is not just a puzzle of gears and inscriptions, it's a puzzle of human history. It challenges our assumptions about the limits of ancient technology and the civilizations that created it. Each fragment, each gear, each scratched letter whispers of a mind capable of extraordinary ingenuity, yet one that seems to have vanished from history, leaving behind only the silent, enigmatic testament. Even today, standing on the edge of what we know and what is lost, the mechanism reminds us that history is never as simple as it seems. Some knowledge may be lost forever, but the questions it raises push us to imagine the brilliance of civilizations we only partially understand and wonder what other secrets might still be hidden beneath the waves or buried in the dust of time. Over the years, scholars have proposed several theories to explain the Antikythera mechanism, each more fascinating than the last, but none fully conclusive. One of the most widely accepted ideas is that it was essentially an astronomical computer designed to track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, and even predict eclipses. Supporters of this theory point to the finely cut gears and detailed inscriptions that match the known cycles of celestial bodies with remarkable precision. The fact that it can model lunar phases and predict solar and lunar eclipses suggests it was more than a decorative object, it was a functional scientific instrument. Yet critics question how such advanced knowledge could exist in isolation. There are no other surviving devices of similar complexity from that era, and the texts we have from the time rarely describe mechanical engineering in such detail. Could it have been a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, built by a lone genius, never replicated or documented? The absence of other examples only deepens the mystery, leaving historians to wonder if this was a peak achievement lost to history. Another theory suggests it might have been a teaching tool created to educate scholars or navigators in understanding astronomy and timekeeping. The inscriptions inside, which include detailed Greek lettering, could function like instructions or diagrams for training purposes. Some even speculate that it was part of a larger collection of devices, with the rest lost to shipwrecks, fires, or simply the erosion of time. If this is true, the mechanism represents the tip of a much larger intellectual tradition we barely glimpse today. A third, more speculative idea proposes that it could have been commissioned by a wealthy patron or ruler, a kind of status symbol combining science, art, and power. In the Hellenistic world, demonstrating knowledge of the cosmos could be a display of prestige, showing both sophistication and divine understanding. But if it was purely for display, why include such precision? The dual possibility that it was both a work of art and a scientific instrument adds another layer of intrigue. Each theory carries its own evidence and contradictions, but all share a central truth. The Antikythera mechanism challenges our assumptions about ancient technology and human ingenuity. Every time researchers uncover a new detail, an extra gear, a hidden inscription, or a worn edge, the debate intensifies.
Was this the peak of ancient mechanical engineering, or just a fragment of a forgotten tradition? We may never know for certain, but the mystery continues to inspire, forcing us to reconsider what civilizations long gone might have achieved and what other secrets are still waiting to be discovered. While the Antikythera mechanism has fascinated historians for a century, modern technology continues to reveal surprises. Using advanced imaging techniques like 3D X-ray scans, researchers have been able to peer inside the corroded bronze, uncovering hidden gears and inscriptions that were invisible to the naked eye. Did you know that the mechanism contains an internal dial dedicated to the ancient Olympic Games, tracking their 4-year cycle? It's a remarkable reminder that this wasn't just an astronomical tool, it connected human culture, sport, and time. Another surprising fact is how many misconceptions existed for decades. For a long time, some experts believed the mechanism was nothing more than a clock or a simple calendar, but every new scan and reconstruction proves it was far more complex, capable of simulating the motions of the sun, moon, and planets with astonishing accuracy. Some even call it the world's first known analog computer. And yet, many questions remain. Some gears appear intentionally worn, suggesting repeated use or even repair over generations. Others hint at functions we still don't fully understand. Could there have been versions even more advanced, now lost to history? Each discovery deepens the mystery, showing us that this tiny, corroded device contains layers of knowledge and ingenuity that continue to astonish modern scientists. Even today, standing before the Antikythera mechanism, it's hard not to marvel at the brilliance of the ancient minds that conceived it and wonder what other secrets might still lie hidden beneath the waves or buried in forgotten ruins. The Antikythera mechanism remains one of history's most intriguing mysteries, a small, corroded bronze device yet capable of tracking the motions of the sun, moon, and planets with precision that seems centuries ahead of its time. It challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient technology, human ingenuity, and the civilizations that existed long before modern machines. We may never know who built it, why it was created, or how such knowledge disappeared from history. Was it a lone genius, a teaching tool, or a treasure meant to awe the elite? Each new discovery only deepens the mystery, reminding us that the past still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. What other innovations, inventions, or ideas might have existed and vanished without a trace? The Antikythera mechanism invites us to imagine a world where human curiosity and intellect reached heights we are only beginning to understand. If you're as fascinated as we are, like, subscribe, and join us to uncover the next ancient secret. The past is full of surprises, and history is far more extraordinary than it seems.